Ronald put on a long shirt. Sleeping outside. The muscular body sits there. Smoking on the balcony. He looked at people. Woman is sleeping soundly on her bed. I'm after a storm of clouds and rain with a girl. Has a beautiful body that pushes attractively onto her stomach. On the floor. The legs are draped over the body to cover it. The emotional part. Ronald frowned and looked it in. He has. I wonder if you're really that person. Subconscious stars brought Ronald back. Story from 12 years ago when he was 15-year-old boy because his parents forced him to study and practice to become human. Inherited from too early, so I thought about it. He was planning to throw himself down from a high building. To end it all, a 10-year-old baby. The young man ran out and grabbed his hand to be his brother. Guy fell into the yard for a moment. That survival made him scared and give up. It's always about suicide. But she's 10 years old. She didn't believe him, so she hugged him tightly. Me and scolded me for being crazy. Why did you jump? If your parents knew, they would be very sad. I'm still so young and I don't even want to. Damn, you're old enough to be so stupid. Ronald burst out laughing like you shouldn't have thought about it. That's death. Kid, Anne and the last girl. Sitting up and looking at each other. The girl saw him smiling. Okay, so don't worry about the little girl asking what's wrong with you. I want to jump down there because I hate it. The boy's parents did not hold back. He shook his head and then burst into tears. Mr. Confused asked why did he cry? What did you do to make you cry? Hey, there. After a lot of coaxing. She still refused to calm down. Nguyen gently asked, now tell me, can you hear why I cry? The boy wiped away his tears and said his parents had passed away. Then you still have parents. Why don't you love them but get angry at them? What an idiot. Ronald laughed. Suddenly his heart felt light. BNG, that's right. You're still much luckier. Why do so many people think about pressure? Despite that, at least he still has his father. Having her mother by her side is different from the previous girl. On the one hand, he was grateful that she saved him. He rubbed his head and asked me what my name was. Where I lived. The noodle shop under my building is called Little Girl. Before he could finish his sentence, he was shouted at. Someone's voice rang out, cutting off the parents. And Ronald's family came to find them. Making noise. The whole terrace hugged him and cried. Locke apologized to his hometown for a long time at the end. Let's pull him off the terrace when I turned to look for the other girl. It wasn't there. See no more. After that day, his parents took him to America. After settling down, he studied and practiced hard. Practice hoping to quickly achieve success. To be able to become independent and return to Vietnam. Nam is the little girl to him. He successfully became the savior of his life. Became the youngest CEO in the history of UCB Group. Part of the main credit is thanks to that girl. After returning to the country, Ronald quickly found him again. There used to be a noodle shop under the apartment building in the past. No more asking around a lot. The last person Ronald reached out to get a small apartment in a popular area. I know it was the house of the old noodle shop owner. I heard a rich director came to see you. Mrs. Tai was extremely happy to welcome Mr. Bao. Nguyen honestly shared the past years. When I was young, Kian intended to give birth to a little girl. 10 years old helped, so now I'm real. I really want to find that girl again to thank her. Unfortunately, too many things happened then. I just know that girl said she was there. The noodle shop didn't know if the uncle or aunt knew the girl. That's not it. Mr. and his wife, Jason, looked at each other. Happily said that he found the right person. Then our house, there is indeed a daughter. The girl is 22 years old this year. Ronald is a bit. I wonder if it's your daughter or what. But I remember that little girl telling me that Dad, Mom is already gone. Mr. Jason hurried. Say right away that's right then, wife. My husband adopted her because of that. Just living with us. Ronald hasn't yet letting go of his doubts. He asked again if he didn't know. I can look at her photos for 10 years. Before. No, Mr. or Mrs. Mr. Jason looked at each other confused. Then the search room found a picture. Old photo of a little girl smiling brightly. The flowers in the picture make the heart happy. His penis is beating wildly. It's true that she is. She saved him. She saved him. Is Edward's current girlfriend. Of him, however, after 2 months together. I feel a bit disappointed. Edward and now. It's so different now. She's a model. Freedom before we met. He even slept with me. Director manages deeply to be able to become famous model and scandalous news. Rumors surround beauty Edward. Really? Many women not only have a troubled personal life, dirty but also extremely practical personality. She wants to buy a car, buy a house, and wants to open a fortune. Black card to shop to your heart's content. Because I love you, because I think of your old love. He pampered him as much as he could. But he was not happy. Is there anything more important than you? I can take her home to meet her family. Such a terrible background and personality. Hey, at the bus stop, Riley nodding. Wait. The next trip to school is due at night. After work, she had to go home and write. The thesis is due in the morning, so now my eyes are open. Riley saw the wallet in front of her. She went to pick it up and look at it. Before there was a middle-aged woman looking for something in her bag. Step forward, uncle. Does this wallet belong to you? I don't. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Okay. There's nothing to do. Woman opens Giadin's wallet to take money. For Riley, then I wave my hand. I can't accept it. I can't accept it. Don't refuse. This is your heart. No need. The bus is right on time. The bus is coming. You have to go. Hello. I have an excuse to run quickly. The car was just about to get on when it saw one. The old woman was jostling in line. The aunt approached the old woman's hand. Then he helped her into the car and she gave her position. The final position was for her and I was left standing. All her actions caught her eyes. Of a middle-aged woman. She nodded. He was pleased to see how beautiful she was. And such an honest girl. It's really rare and hard to find buses these days. As soon as we left, there was a nice car. The clam pulled up right next to a man wearing a shirt. Elegant ticket. Step down, open the car door for one. Woman walks in. Hello, ma'am. In the afternoon. The owner has a day off from school. Take advantage of the opportunity to distribute leaflets at By Park. Because she wanted to quickly become a victim. Official member of OCB group so needed. Must try very hard. If you want to apply for OCB, you must have excellent academic ability along with sutras. That's why the working experience is so good. She constantly strives to study and not maha any work. Riley R. While passing out leaflets, I saw an old lady with long hair. White was running and suddenly fell down and fainted. She hurriedly ran to help the old lady's hand. Shouted for someone to go to the old lady's hospital. If you have high blood pressure, you're lucky to be taken away. Timely emergency treatment to avoid complications. The patient's family came unexpectedly. The girl Riley met this morning at the beach. Mrs. Grace's bus reverses. Middle-aged woman. Said that you are my family's greatest benefactor. I really think I have to thank in. Prince Riley, don't refuse anymore. Hey, give me your number, please. Is there an address where I can contact you? After my mother is stable, I will definitely look for her. Mr. George's nephew is so enthusiastic. Riley also couldn't bear to refuse Ms. Reluctant. Leave your phone number and address. Grace then left immediately. Time. Riley also forgot the whole event. Meeting with Grace's family was surprising. They appeared right at the door. She's preparing for her apartment on Sunday morning. I was out shopping and saw a car. Black Bull and a parked truck. Right in front of the inn. I saw a woman. He wore a suit and got out of Trin Trong's car. Bowed to her and said hello. Is it Riley? No. Riley was a little scared. She was afraid she had caused a problem. Something with someone, so now someone is coming. Fine, that's right, I'm Bach. Riley, you are. After finishing speaking, there were 4 sounds from the car. The tall young man stepped down, scaring Riley, wanting to weaken her legs. She stammered and said, I already. What do I do? The man in the suit replied. Van Koa is Mrs. Assistant. Laylathi. I have orders from Miss. Layla, come here. To pick up Miss Grace. Riley, organize your memory for a while and then. I remember. It's him. Yes. Please get in the car. We will arrange to bring your belongings back. After Riley, what's wrong? Why me? Just follow the boss's orders. You can go ask her directly. Please come up. A man's car belonging to a truck fleet. Speak up, miss. Listen to what people say. Let's go, we need to complete the draw. Otherwise the job will not work. No remuneration. Just leave with peace of mind. I will handle the things here for you. All the confused and scared Riley knew. She didn't believe it, so Assistant Van Koa took the photo of Mrs. Grace and also the addressing papers. Her first came out as evidence thanks to that. But she felt secure in her car and left. Anyway, I also need to meet to talk once. Plan to take the bus half an hour out of the inner city. Then stopped at a mansion near O. Riley stepped out and was surprised by what happened. What I saw was a mansion. Wide European-style classic design. In front of the big gate is a too small road. Next to lots of flowers and trees. The large gilded gate was opened wide. Drive Riley's car straight inside. The white mansion stands out in the middle. Green space full of green trees and flowers. As soon as she got out of the car, there were two girls, wearing a red uniform, bowed to her and led her. She went straight into every gesture. Their styles are extremely neat and tidy. Professional Ms. Miss Layla and Mrs. Han Min is sitting and drinking tea in the living room. They heard the sound of heels clicking inside. Braces then immediately turned to look at her. Miss Layla happily spoke to Riley Cho. Are you here? Come here. She came forward and bent over. People bow. I greet you. I greet you. I sat across from two women. Noble makes Riley extremely tense. The last straight line takes a long time. Tran Tin recently opened up about her health. How are you? Mrs. Han Min, who arrived just now, still looking at it with gentle eyes. Riley, she smiled and replied that thanks to her grandchildren, she had strength. Her health is much better. Was the benefactor who saved her life. This old network will definitely last a lifetime. The rest is to repay bad Riley. The tiger blushed. Grandma, don't say that. Dad, my mother used to say that saving people is like fighting a fire. Don't hesitate. Ha, don't hesitate. What I have to do is without gratitude. So you don't need to be grateful to me. No, because everyone is in that situation. I'll do the same as you. Ladies looked at Riley with satisfied eyes. Miss Layla says you are really kind. And understand the manners my parents taught me. It's so good. It's a shame it's gone so soon. Riley was quite shocked and asked him. What's wrong? Know the parents of Mrs. Kiyu Grace Gentle. The prince looked at her. I apologize for arbitrarily learning about my personal life. Yours. But it's really your family. The thing is, I want to be grateful to those who helped me. You know my family too. Isn't your family in trouble? Can let his benefactor suffer. But that's why I let people find out everything. I heard about you, Peng Min. I lost my parents when I was 10 years old. After that, they lived together in an orphanage. At the age of 18. Life is truly difficult. Mentioning his fate, Riley only knowing how to bow her head with tears in her eyes when she was 10 years old. At the age her parents passed away in an accident. Traffic accident. All parents' assets. There was only a small restaurant but it was crowded. Father's uncle robbed it after stealing it. Her home. Their family let her in. The orphanage lives in hardship day by day. Riley wiped her tears just thinking about these things. The sadness that she herself had to go through. Miss Layla touched her seat to sit next to her. Next to her, the lady gave her a tissue to comfort her. And tell me not to be sad. Good people will get it. Just repay me for your miserable life. From today will end from now on. Live carefree and happily without worrying. Think anything, is it okay? Riley dang. Bewildered, Ms. Han Min continued to speak. Today she stays at this mansion together. With us we will take care of. I have everything until I get it. Only if the husband is satisfied will he stop acting. Extremely surprised, she stammered and waved her hand. Yes. It's not possible. Why? You did that to me. I don't. You don't deserve it. Miss Laylavo. Riley's hair in reply, you are very worthy. Good people will be rewarded. I told you. Yes. I really like the direction. grandchildren if your daughter that year was not because. If my health is too weak, I will probably die. Now she is just like me. Now perhaps this is also fate. God gave me to my family. Uncle to make up for that loss. Riley, don't refuse this family anymore. From now on. Riley was so emotional that she burst into tears as she thought. I'm dreaming. I'm definitely dreaming. How could such a miracle happen? It was possible under her enthusiasm. Miss Layla and the last Mrs. Han Min. Riley also agreed to stay at Van's mansion. Join them. Riley be in person. Miss Layla leads up to the bedroom. Largest and most beautiful room on the first floor. 5 times the size of her tiny boarding house. The interior is stylish. Royal bed with thick cushioned curtains. 20-inch large windows facing the garden. In the mansion, you can see the lotus pond and flower garden. Miss, we don't have Layla throbbing at home. Many people admire you and go often. My son lives there for work. In the inner city, it's not often. Returned home. So there were only 2 left in this mansion. This is an old lady. You just relax. Just call Ms. Dung here. Son. A girl in her 30s leaned over to say hello. Riley also politely responded to Mrs. Kiyu. Grace continued. I'm a bit busy right now. I'll see you at lunch now. Yes. After she finished speaking, she immediately turned away. Ms. Dung immediately chased after her. Ma'am. What's going on? This room belongs to you. The young master asked Mrs. Kiyu to change Grace's mind. Don't mention that kid. That mind only knows how to do work. I haven't wanted to come back here for a long time. That room will be for Riley. If that's it. If he comes back, let him stay in the guest room. Yes. Yes, sir. Mrs. Riley's belongings in the living room. Old things are brought to Vietnam even for work. You don't even have to move things to arrange things. To a finger that was coming from a little girl's curls. Lem suddenly became her. The princess lives in a wealthy mansion here. Definitely a fairy tale in real life. Real. Then at a Riley sitting university. In the youth class you are your best friend. Her husband suddenly came to sit next to her and asked her. When did you move in? Why not? Tell me. Riley don't want to. When I said that I was in Van Exa. I laughed. Forcibly replied yes. I moved a few days ago. I'm so busy that I haven't told her yet. That's the way it is. So why do we have to move? It's not like she just went there to live. Just a few months, right? Yes. It's a bit cramped there. So I moved to a larger place. A bit. Yes, it should be like that all day long. Key. Cops save money and don't dare spend it. A penny. But I feel really tired. Why do we have to suffer so much? How much? That day. Mr. Hai Bin came to help move things for her. Why not? My friend frowned and scowled immediately. Oh my god. The girl moved to a rented room. Don't care about love and love. What's wrong? I'm handsome so I want it. Do whatever you want. Star Riley I wants to defend Jeffrey but she couldn't say today. There was a whole squad of people there. Clean up your room in one fell swoop. Music so I had to swallow what I was about to say. Recess. Riley looking for Jeffrey today. Today is his birthday so she is thoughtful. Carefully prepare the fruit. However, halfway up the stairs of the Foreign Affairs faculty building. Then she heard a familiar laughing voice. Belongs to Riley. Immediately stop and listen. A boy's voice echoes tonight. D. Of course. You have to eat and drink a lot and then give birth. Jeffrey's birthday. This is a must. Happily another young man's voice rang out. So your lover's baby is present. Any lover is a little girl. I'm in marketing class. Is that girl okay? Don't mention it again. It's boring. I'm looking for it. Here's how to get rid of it. Why is that girl so delicious? It's so delicious. It's hard to leave my mother for a month. But I haven't been able to kiss him yet. Here is a whole bunch of boys making a ruckus. Riley's whole staircase. It's so close. It's almost there. Would have collapsed without holding on to the railing. The boys continued to talk like that. How are you going to leave him? How are you so sure? Son. If a girl is too difficult. She's no longer interesting. It's been a long time. But what do you still keep for me? It's boring. If you don't like it. If it's okay then let my brothers go, who knows why. You're too gentle. It's not her type. Just touch the basket. Riley number. When she couldn't hear it anymore, she turned around and walked away, walking in unconscious frustration to the point of choking. But cannot shed permanent tears. Throw the birthday gift in the bin. Feeling but thinking about how to keep it. Jeffrey's words rang out again. If it's too difficult for a girl's ears, it won't be interesting. What flavor has passed since then but still preserves it? Chastity, bland word Riley knows. Jeffrey, it's been a long time. He's handsome, talented, rich and has countless girls. Such a fan. Jeffrey, very close. Friendly to everyone including Ms. Nam. First, she entered school absent-mindedly thanks to him. We take you to the faculty office to submit your application. Since then, Unilateral has liked him for almost 3 years. Years, Riley, know yourself. I don't have a family and I'm poor. So I don't. Worthy of Jeffrey, she is committed to her feelings. I wish to love you so unilaterally, but unexpectedly 3 months ago Jeffrey appeared. Currently at Tim Mo Cafe where V. After that, the two of them started working. Knew each other and a month before him expressed his gratitude to her because she was quite busy outside, studying and working part-time, so I don't have it. A lot of dating time also happens a lot. Making Jeffrey angry, she promised to try to arrange time for him. That's why she planned to quit work today. Extra to celebrate your birthday, but it seems like he doesn't need her anymore. Riley wanders aimlessly while jerking. When I calm down, I see that I am standing at the swimming pool of A from university. When will you open the gift box you prepared? Turns out it was an expensive shirt. She had to think hard to come up with it. Decided to buy this shirt as a gift for him. But in the end, I received love. Such a bitter situation, Riley, just like that. Sitting by the lake and crying like crazy. Cage. Riley's breasts one step to success. God even has a car to go to school. However, she still did not give up her job. Work part-time at the coffee shop under the building of OCB Group is because even though living in wealth, but not property, I can't be more greedy than dream. Her biggest challenge is still working at OCB. That afternoon, because he didn't have an appointment with Hai Bin, so Seven decided to go to work at the cafe. But she couldn't be happy and your mind is always there. Jeffrey, British people are tired of being criticized now. I feel self-blame. Is it ever true? It's really because she's too rigid. Hai Bin, are you bored? People are in love. Must regularly go out to eat and hang out. But she's always busy making money. She's too honest. Using it like that, no man would love it. But the more she thought about it, the more she felt it. Seeing that it was because of me. Jeffrey was bored. Riley secretly thought if only he had. Can you feel comfortable next to him? Can both of their feelings get better? At that moment, a colleague saw it. Riley, like a lost soul. Come closer. I'm asking. Grace, what are you thinking? Can I ask about this? Okay, I'll ask. What do you think if we make an appointment? Dating without Riley, isn't that awkward? I don't know what to say, so I have to use both ends. Index fingers touching each other. Grace frowned. You don't understand what I'm doing. I don't understand what's going on. Riley, yes. Looking for another way to ask. I asked my sister-in-law. What's the difference between you and the lover you kissed? When did we first meet? Grace smiled. Hit Riley's shoulder. A tap. This spoiled girl. Why do you ask so many questions? That's embarrassing to death. But hey. Actually, she lost her first kiss when she was 18. She was 20 years old when she did it with him. First love. So when you have a lover. She kissed me on the first day we met. Riley exclaimed in surprise. Luckily, Grace was able to cover it up. Riley's mouth. Then she spoke again. The first time we met. We kissed her right away. Grace is shy but looks proud. Yes. That's it. See, Riley, just open your mouth. Surprised, so Grace hit her again. What's so surprising? Girl, it's all the same now. Don't say it's me. Never. Hey Riley. Embarrassed. Grace's face turned red. I'm speechless. I'm a 22-year-old student. It's normal to be in love and have sex. Normally. I feel pressured about it. So what's the point? If you do, then run away. Like falling. I can grasp the real thing. Ah, I'm really a boy but he's afraid of the girls. It's so good that only rich people like it. If you are like that, please choose a tycoon. Love me. You're so beautiful and classy. Just don't say that. I know. Do you know your destiny? Riley turned around to clear the table and suddenly spoke. After talking with Grace, I felt guilty. With Jeffrey horrible, maybe Jeffrey boring. I really hated her. Then suddenly Grace called her. Went to the counter and gave her more than 20 glasses of water. Bring it here to give me a chance to find a rich man. Please bring it to our marketing department. They don't have the OCB group they need urgently. Rich people look for a writer. OCB's handsome room is fine. Anyway, all of OCB's employees are excellent. Great sister. Asked Grace to make her laugh but she was in a bad mood. By Riley feeling a little better. She's happy. He looked like he was delivering coffee and walked into the company. In dreams makes Riley feel good. Excited and extremely excited about the 20-story building. This is from OCB Group with hundreds. Departments and different career days. She went up to the 9th floor where the office was. Of the marketing department is doing the right thing. Is a leading national corporation. The working environment is modern and collaborative. Extremely professional style. Everyone. Still working hard so. Riley's only job is to leave coffee at her desk. Receptionist then left. She was about to leave. The door. Edward from outside walked away. Go in and let the receptionist follow. Prevent she dresses splendidly with the bodycon dress with low-cut waist and side-high slit. Thighs and accessories from glasses to handbags. Bracelets and rings are all branded items on the body. She smelled of perfume as she walked away. Just overbearing. Said she is really tired of living with obstacles. Does my friend know who I am? Me. Is Director Ronald's fiancé. Did you know that, Edward? Only now did I look. See Riley standing across from. I was in the Riley aisle. Saw her. Edward Twantin was extremely shocked and looked out. Full of contempt for anyone this is not. Bum Riley, why do you still look the same? Like the old beggars. Riley dark side. Black. She clenched her hands into fists. Walked past Edward without speaking. Let's talk to her. Edward gritted his teeth. Feeling humiliated, he turned around and chased her away. According to Riley, she grabbed the ends of his hair. Riley, pull back and do it. Must stop. Riley hum looked at her. What do you want? Edward looked at the cafe logo. Coffee on Riley's chest, then laughed. Sneered at Timo's coffee shop staff. Right at the foot of the OCB building. Right? Riley, take deep breaths to calm your mind. She knew what to do. Edward turned around. The cup of coffee in his hand curled his lips. Smiling straight into Riley Full's face. If your enemy quits his job there immediately. I don't want you to come and cause trouble. Riley angrily said, why? Why me? Should I quit my job? Edward stepped closer. Riley's face gritted her teeth and said, because of me. Hate you, I don't want to see your face. You are anywhere I want to go see. Beggar Riley, oppressed by the eyes. Her whole body trembled with anger. I will. Don't go anywhere. She has no right to force you. I have to quit my job there now. Dow. You're braver now. You're no longer afraid of me. Right? Do you believe me? She is. Was about to raise his hand to slap Riley. Then there was a sound. The man rang out. What are you doing there? Edward immediately changed her immediately. Cup of coffee to his chest. Then turned Riley off. Scolded her. She dared to pour coffee on herself. Why is my service staff like that? Star of a tall, handsome man. Immediately ran to Edward's side and asked worriedly if he was there. What? See your lover's coffee spilled. His face. Ronald's became dark looking over. Riley, she was now holding her cheek and looking it in. Ha, plays Edward. Continue talking. I'll see you. The only opinion is that the coffee she brews is so bad. Yet she dared to throw it in my face. And then he told me I was that kind of person. Knowing how to drink. Ronald sighed. Strictly said to Riley, Miss Mao, please. Sorry. Riley looked at him angrily but Ronald's voice was sharper and he quickly apologized. Go ahead and spill it on the customer. I have to apologize. It's the guide's shop. Its staff serves guests with. Why are you afraid of such a bad attitude? Affects your reputation. So even if you are slandered, it's okay. I have to be patient and bow my head. Sorry, dear sir, I am wrong. Then wherever the words came, Riley was in pain. Her heart went there, but she didn't cry. I want to cry about something so insignificant. Hey, at that moment inside the office again, another male employee ran out to look after me. He is equally bright. My supervisor saw him and said, Nguyen immediately told me to enjoy this place. Go to the cafe below. Don't leave me alone. Have you seen this employee once? After speaking, Nguyen brought Edward in the room, left Riley with the bag. So many emotions were mixed up. So she stood still, without moving. The male employee said, Miss, are you okay? Riley, wake up. She sighed, then smiled. Riley, it's okay, thank you, but it's your mother. The employee pointed to her cheek. Riley she touches herself to know that she is safe. Had come so hard that her cheeks were swollen. Her handwriting must have stung her. Bow to you staff, thank you. Hello. The staff is also humble. Nodding to greet him, he followed his appearance of the staff member but felt a bit. Taking pity on her, she turned around and walked inside. As soon as the elevator door closed, his whole body, her body no longer had any life left. Suddenly the sleeping person collapsed and sobbed. People who make her life miserable. The facility is so beautiful and luxurious. She's not even a wife yet. God has real eyes for the director's wedding. What if God has eyes? Why are those who are like Edward always lived happily and comfortably? So Riley put her head on her pillow and cried. Sobbing. Today is a bad day. With V. Then in Ronald's office, Ronald stood with his hands in his pockets. Panoramic view of Nha City. Hugging Ronald's waist coyly. Behind you, everything is just understanding. You will definitely mistake him for a business person. Do not understand the suffering of the profession. I want to exist in the world. Entertainment models, definitely, must maintain good relationships with colleagues. And his partner, Mr. Edwards. From his waist he turned to look. I know, but still keep in contact. It's not so much that I have to sit on his lap. Let alone talking about this. Ronald's face turned red. Feeling angry, he suppressed his anger and told me to go home. Need to work. Edward Nhi glued and hugged tightly. Mary. Ronald whining and crying. If you don't leave, I won't forgive you. I'm not going anywhere. I know it's my fault. Listen. He quit being a model, saying his dream was 1 star is fine. What do you want? Okay, I'll listen to everything you say. Nguyen sighed and gently pushed her away. It's easy to explain that he didn't mean that. Nha tears 2 rows of her words tell you. I can't compare myself. You should know how to try to become a star. Why, at least Mr. C's wife loves the episode. The OCB team cannot be ordinary either. Is it true that Bon Nguyen softened his heart? Stroked Edward's hair and said, I understand, but I don't need to be pressured about that. His woman just needs to live happily without any need. There's nothing to worry about if you're important. I can't find you for the subject registration. And love you, Edward. Be obedient, be you. It's okay, my girl. Don't work so hard anymore. Is that okay? Edward obediently nodded. Then she turned around again. Then give it to me. I will finish this project this time. Is it okay to take a break from this project? Just a few months will be very quick. But can you wait for me? Edward, use it again. My voice is sweeter than sugar. Convince Ronald to do it for you. There was no other way but to nod. At first, Edward agreed to please his lover. After that, I happily left the company. As soon as she got in the car, she immediately called back. Mom, I met my little one again today. Riley, that's where we meet, right inside Ronald's mother, Edward Ta's company. Mom, don't worry, I've solved it. It's okay when that child is the same species. It's worth trying to destroy it forever without dying. I hate it, but you should be careful and don't let it. Does it appear near you one more time? I know that you have to be careful. 2. Mom told Dad not to play cards. I also have to be the president's wife. The parents must be presentable in order to continue working. It's okay to marry a rich person. If a girl loves her mother, she will tell your father about her too. That's the step for the problem to go back to the two of you who still have it. If you stick to those two things, you won't send it. Where is the money coming from? You know, Mom will listen to you, but remember to take care of your health. Gold. Mom's yes. Edward hung up and happily turned it on. A man's message box up. He invited her to discuss business. To Van County Gemstone Brand Ambassador Project. Without hesitation, I agreed right after 7 o'clock. Riley just got off work at night. She's hungry. She was tired and in a bad mood. Sitting sullenly at the bus stop. I received it. Call from Mrs. Miss Layla. I'm here. Where is the whole family waiting for you to come home for dinner? They're Riley now. I remember. She is no longer alone when she goes to work. I also haven't told Miss yet. Laylako hastily replied yes. I have to work part-time so now. I'm just starting to return home. I'm sorry. Because you didn't tell me that. Why? Are you waiting for the bus? Yes. Please don't. Wait for the bus and take a taxi home to catch one. We will all pay together. Let's have dinner together. Come home soon. Finish speaking. Mrs. Kiyu Grace turned off the phone immediately, causing Riley to just sigh. Tired of expensive taxi fares from here to V. Double the salary for an extra stay. Exam, but leave it to the two ladies. My age at home waiting for me is a bit unwelcome. So Riley couldn't help but call. A sumptuous dinner car with all the food. High-quality seafood the two ladies were looking forward to. Riley's cheerful reaction, but still. She looked sad and unfocused. Feeling a bit worried, Miss Laylalap immediately asked Riley, something happened to you today? Riley awakened from her thoughts. She smiled and replied, no, I'm okay. Normally, Mrs. Kiyu Grace knows. If you don't dare to tell the truth. So come out. Ms. Han Min Hugh. I should immediately nod my head and keep my mouth open. Miss smiled thoughtfully. Layla, call someone. Ms. Dung went down to the cellar to get a bottle of wine. The best wine up here is Ms. Dung. Standing behind the hostess, she immediately bowed her head to receive. Order to go immediately, sir. Mrs. Nhi looked after her, not understanding why. Key Grace suddenly called again. Dear uncle, will we soon have guests? I called to give the three of us something to drink. Today the food is so delicious. Don't drink some. It's a waste of alcohol. Riley shyly waved his hand. Yes. I don't drink. I don't know how to drink. I don't know. It's okay to drink. Just sip your lips. You just need to click your lips. Say it like it is. After less than 30 minutes, the wine was brought up. I'm Riley. I drank half the bottle. She was so drunk she held the glass in both hands. He stood up and offered the two ladies a drink. Until now, I have never drank alcohol. Really, I'm very grateful for your love. Of grandmother and uncle. If it weren't for her. And Uncle K doesn't know life. How long will it take for me to know you? Alaska Shrimp Emperor also has wine. Let's talk about this. Riley mourns. Cried Mrs. Kiyu Grace hurriedly walked past the place. She helped her sit down on the chair and put away the glass of wine. Echoed in her aunt's arms and hugged her tightly. Thank you from my heart. Thank you. Love your daughter. Miss Layla. Being hugged is a bit difficult. Suddenly, she happily hugged Riley back and felt safe. Ironing. Nothing. Just as long as you're happy. I don't understand what you had to do. Endure what you don't understand. People robbed my house and chased me away. If I see where you work, I will. Bringing people to make things difficult for me. Let me live in hiding again. But people still eat well and dress happily. Very happy, but nothing is done. God is so unfair. Let alone come here. Riley burst into tears and the two ladies also cried. Quite shocked at what she said. However, they don't understand much. I thought she was too drunk, so she said dissatisfiedly. Mrs. Kiyu Grace replied that Mr. Young did not. If you are fair to me, then we will be fair. Equal to you from now on. I won't let you. Can anyone bully you anymore? Little girl? Uncle Riley's good boy nodded fondly. After that, I was so tired that I fell asleep. In the hands of Mrs. Q. Grace Riley is curled up in a blanket. When it's warm, someone crawls under the blanket to be her. You have to curl up in between the two. There is one. The space is very cold. Riley Theo shop. Are you planning to move closer to the warmer side? I know what it is. My body is also affected by alcohol. I was so tired that I couldn't open my eyes and couldn't speak. Her head felt like it was being put into a machine right now. Blending a smoothie and spinning it. It's really difficult. Unexpectedly, the other person wrapped his arms around her. A passionate warmth flowed down my body. She raised her hand to grope her arm. Long, muscular shoulders, broad shoulders and a curvy neck. She tried to open her eyes and look at the room. Not enough light, just a little white. Thanks to the moonlight outside the window. Reflects the other person seeing her touch. I moved a little and pulled her into a hug. Tight. She likes this solid warmth at all. The gentle scent of pine wood. How pleasant it is on a sunny day. She raised her face to look at the person who raised her hand. Touch the person's hair, ears, nose, mouth, and neck. This feeling is so familiar that the person holding my hand. She quietly said, "Be good. That person should discuss it." Her hands went to his hips and then hugged her again. With both hands she was vague and could not hear clearly. Whose voice does it belong to? But it's very familiar. Belonging she felt in his arms. He is very peaceful and comfortable. Not bit scared. He leaned forward to look. Who is that person who can hug Ms. Dio? Who could it be with her like this? But she refused to lie still. So that person immediately held her hand and laid her on her back. He spoke up. "I'm very angry with you today. Don't make me unbearable." Vaguely, I saw Hai Bin's face. In the dark, she surprised Mr. Hai. "Bin An loves you and has been very patient with you. Do you know? My breathing is rapid." Jeffrey's heart soared with every word. Riley was also affected by his nervousness. It was her fault that the rhythm was chaotic. She whispered, "I'm sorry." Jeffrey caressed the mirror. The lover's face smiled and said, "I would. Listen to me." "Yes. Good boy." Very saying that, he covered her lips with one. During the kiss, the two slowly hugged each other and kissed. Are we together in the night of sleep? Never. And yet, when will they want to sacrifice all their souls, both physically and physically, for each other? Then Tan's scream of horror rang out. Up from Riley's room. "Make it all. Everyone in the world must stay awake. Miss Layla sleeping must also be on." I got up and ran down to her room to take a look. The opening morning is shocking when Riley sits on the bed, holding the blanket. There was Ronald. Lean your back against the headboard and cover yourself with a pillow. At the intersection, two naked people appeared, right in front of all the servants and everyone. Miss Layla. But Miss Layla was stunned. Ronald, Riley and Ronaldo both looked out. Miss Layla. Riley crying bow. Originally angry about who her mother was. Hearing that man call Grace his mother was even more terrifying. "Mom, why are you Mrs. Layla?" See-through love picture then sighed and said to the servants, "I'm standing in front of the door. Go away quickly. Whoever the kitchen arranges this matter will let him know. Quit work immediately." Clearly not all servants immediately bowed my head seriously. "Ma'am, all the outsiders have gone." Mrs. Q. Grace was now breathing a sigh of relief. "Tell the two of you to quickly change and go down. Living room. Meet Mrs. Key's mother. Close the door." The young couple then left Mrs. Nguyen and V. At this point, I feel awkward and don't know what to do. No matter what we say, we don't dare look at each other. Nguyen stepped out of bed first, revealing his bag. Thin tight butt makes Riley embarrassed. "Too bad I have to go somewhere else." "You just said." Put her clothes back on and said she didn't intend to wear them. "Why are you standing there? What should I wear?" Mrs. Nguyen muttered as she put on her coat. Crawling into other people's hours and now again. Still looked dumb. Riley's poem warmly said, "I crawled into myself some time ago. Why don't you crawl into my bed?" In principle. I turned around and pointed at his face. "Riley, where is your bed? Tighten the blanket and scream. Look at me. Where are you?" Nguyen was startled and turned away. "Continue scolding elsewhere." This is my room. This is my bed I always. It became hers. Who knew he was asking? Mr. George asked her if he could go out quickly. Do I still change my clothes? You thing. House metamorphosis. This time, Ronald was not dumbfounded. Guy looked directly at Viz's face. Are you a pervert, Ms. Bai? Are you a pervert? Nguyen was about to grab the edge of the blanket when he stopped. Outside came the sound of her voice knocking on the door. Dung spoke up. Nguyen, the landlady, told him. Hurry downstairs. Mrs. Nguyen, please be slow. He stopped and hesitated before leaving. Wait. Ronald has left. New Riley breathed a sigh of relief and quickly crawled down. Bed picked up some thrown items. On the ground it was clear that last night she remembered it was her. Slept with Jeffrey but woke up again. Holding a completely unfamiliar piece of meat and wearing clothes. Then she looked back at the battlefield. I was embarrassed and didn't dare step out of the room. The whole family saw her with the man. Lying there together now, don't know what to do. Why does that man still call Mrs. Grace? As a mother, will she be kicked out of the house? No. There are thousands of questions surrounding me. Riley's head now, she just wished she could. The daily image is good even if you want it. You can't hide from Ms. Dung. Took Riley down to Bayo's living room. Nguyen and Riley sitting next to each other. Their last name is Mrs. Miss. Layla mixed doubles still. Are glaring at each other. Only eyes. The lady's personality is deep and difficult to guess. Miss. Layla after a moment of silent observation. Then why did you suddenly come home? Ronald was dumbfounded and resentfully replied to his mother. When will you come home? You must tell your mother. Okay. This is not my house anymore. Why is Mrs. Kiyu Grace so leisurely? Quan. Hand in front of chest looked at his son and replied pass. At 18 years old, it's no longer my home. Of course. If you want to go or come, you must notify. Then again, I haven't been back for 2 years. I never went to sleep at home. So why am I coming back now? But Mom, that's important right now. It doesn't matter that she's there. Bow. Nguyen pointed at Riley Dang. Sit seriously and look at Miss Layla Ko. Who am I to dare enter your child's room? Miss. Layla replied leisurely that was no longer the case. Your room somewhere else is mine. That's me who is the illegal trespasser. Since when did your room come back? Became someone else's room instead of my mother's house. I want to let whoever is in which room have their opinion. I'm fine, but this is good for me. An excuse to keep Riley at our house. I've heard this for a long time. Both male and female. Are they the same? Mrs. Grace? Looked gently and sweetly at Riley. Riley, this is a very urgent matter. But maybe God has already decided it. Family. I will be responsible for my children. I can accept to be your daughter-in-law. Ronald spoke up. Mom. Mrs. Grace frowned and interrupted. I sat there quietly. It was my child's turn to speak. She turned and spoke. With Riley still with a gentle attitude. How about Riley? I agree to be my daughter-in-law. Yours. Riley. Still going strong. Chaos. She didn't know what to say. Even Ronaldo laughed because he didn't. I can't believe he said something funny. What's going on? Mom. What era are you sleeping in? They spent one night together and then got married. Mother is not like other people. Just need. Pay a compensation and you're done. Already. Why did what you said make Riley Chan? Her face turned pale. Something pierced her heart. Her face made her look like Mrs. Grace. Angrily banged on the table and said, Ronald, I have it. Do you know what I'm saying? Compensation. Why do you still think compensation is? After that, go away. My daughter. Speak so softly. Mrs. Kiyu Grace took out her phone and opened it. Photos taken at the bedtime scene. He held out his hand for Mrs. Nguyen to see. Look what you've done. You have the guts to do it but don't have the guts to endure it. Riley's face was red and she was now. I just remembered what I lost the first time. For a man I don't even know. So she's still considered a passerby. He also asked for monetary compensation. Word. Riley chokingly said, Mr. George. I'm okay. I don't need time. This is Mrs. Min Han's voice on the Vang stairs. Going to early in the morning. What's so noisy? So Mrs. Nguyen was happy because she found it. My life's savior quickly. Go help your grandmother and grandmother to see if your mother carries it. The stranger entered the house and now took the child. Marry her again. I don't understand what's wrong with my mother. How else could Peng Min comfort his nephew? Just stay calm and I will take control. I have nothing to do. Mrs. Nguyen quickly helped her grandmother down to the chair. Cool after listening to Mrs. Miss Layla make it clear again. Friendship Min leisurely replied to her. I understand everything. Last night it was you. Text Ronald to remind him there's time. Time to visit her but did not expect it. Came back and stayed at night and then worked it out. This is a shocking story. Ronald. Waiting for your grandmother's verdict. Surely she would not let her grandson. Mrs. Han Min looked at her loss. Riley and say Riley bad for you. Then Riley tightened her hand. Guess Mrs. Han Min will take sides. Nephew says she will receive compensation. Often get kicked out of the house while. Are you the victim or what? I think she feels even more like the year of the monkey. Han Min continued talking about his nephew. From now on, I will ask you to take care of me. Both Riley and Ronald are fire. How are you, Mrs. Han Min and Mrs. Miss Leilati? Each other covered their mouths and laughed. Then looked at each other and looked down at him. Min took a moment to speak seriously again. With bow. Being a man is necessary to know. Being responsible is not a child. It's okay. Work is stable. The only thing missing is a good wife. Let me know I can marry Riley La. You should know this is your third generation's destiny. Cherishing the original. Helplessly scratching the whole family's head. I'm completely crazy. Why didn't Wong give it to me? About a strange girl and then marrying her. What's it like to kiss while they're doing it? Riley, calm down now. Ma'am's voice. Ma'am's voice. Powerless push attracts everyone's attention. She mustered up all her courage and said I would too. You don't need to think like this person. Everyone must be responsible. Riley forced a smile acting like she was very carefree just. It's just a matter of gossip. Neither of them. Intentional that people can see as. Can nothing happen? Mrs. Han Min and Mrs. Miss Layla revealed. Miss Rose Seeds. Layla said Riley, you don't need to worry. I said. I will never let you suffer any loss. But Riley smile. You're okay. Honestly, I don't feel bad at all. It's just sleeping together for one night. But Riley, standing up, I'm a little tired. Please allow me to go to my room to rest first. Having finished speaking, she bowed her head and quickly said hello. He quickly left and the two ladies followed him. Both worried and sorry for Mrs. Miss Layla. Look, son, I think you're precious. I'm sure your daughter will give it to you for free. I don't care who the father is. Mrs. Miss Layla annoyed complained. Mrs. Nguyen's hand warmly replied. Mom, I have it. Is that your mother? Who is she? But Mom kept defending and not paying attention to anything. Mrs. Miss Layla say V. That's the girl who is my family's benefactor. She saved your grandmother. Little girl, I had a pretty hard life. So my grandmother came with me. Mom decided to let her stay at home. My child's room will be for you. When I get home, I use the living room. The ground floor can only be accessed quickly. Let's go home and see if we don't report it. This matter, who can I blame now? Mrs. Nguyen was both surprised and emotional. I feel angry but I can't argue. Sounds like it's really your fault. Mrs. Han. It's good to calmly say this. She really likes Riley. She has a niece-in-law. Honest, beautiful and talented. Riley is what she always wanted. We'll definitely like her. So, get ready, we should proceed. Get married as soon as possible, Ronald. Smile bitterly. Mrs. O. Do you know that your grandchild is one? How are you? I'm C's darling. OCB group. Girls like you, right? The line is 10 kilometers long. Mrs. Han Min smiled and said yes, because her grandchildren are also very good. That's good. So it's worthy of Riley. That's it. If her grandson is bad, she will not agree. Let me marry Riley. Grandma's words. Work for Mrs. Miss Layla can't stop laughing, floating seeing both mother and grandmother care. At first, they wanted Bin to marry V, causing Ronald to interrupt like him. Suddenly remembered something important. Two people. If you like her, I'll accept her. I don't want to marry you. Miss Kiyu Grace. Answering that day is your job from now on. What should I do to make Riley agree to marry? Just kiss. Mrs. Min Han continued. If within a week, if you don't want to get married, then you definitely have it. Get out of the CEO position first. There are not many OCB talents. There is no shortage. Mrs. It doesn't matter who stands up. Where's the group inheritance? Just take your time. Think about it. You have to force me to the point. Why'd I have to sign a contract that my wife loves right away? But if you leave it for a long time, there will be many people who denigrate you. I really want to have a grandchild and don't want to wait. After speaking, Mrs. Min Han stood up. Miss Layla helped her mother-in-law leave. Let's go, Mom. Go have breakfast and wait for me. Mrs. Nguyen stood up and felt sorry for herself. Look, but what happens in a week? Is that okay? Dap's mother heard that you are. CEU has up to 10 kilometers of women pursuing him. But maybe don't know how to get it. Crush a girl within a week. Grandma added that he probably looks like his father. Not before it was also child and mother. Make a plan so you can marry that guy. What is it? Yes, Mom. Why don't you look for it? That good quality is similar. But it's just that. Just call yourself good. Ms. Nguyen is helpless. And he couldn't stand it, so he decided. I left the car and sat in the car. I remembered what happened last night after. It made him feel unhappy, so he left. Had a few drinks at his girlfriend's bar. Made him extremely tired. He loved her very much, but in the end, time and time again she disappointed him. I hope she was photographed by his bodyguard. Scene of sleeping on a man's lap. At a banquet. Toy she came. Go to the company to find him and explain. But Ronald couldn't let go. The discomfort in my heart, if not. Because I love you so much. Not because of the feeling. I certainly couldn't hold back in debt to her. She has come to this point. Then while drinking, Ronald received a text message from my grandmother because I was sad. I'm bored and don't want to go home and have to see Ann again. So Ronald took a taxi to Van Exa Toy. However, when he got there, it was too much. Late at night, everyone in the house was asleep. Including him. I was so drunk that I just went to my room and slept. When the drunkenness came, he hugged again. To have a small, soft body. Thought Riley was Edward, so he hugged her. Kissing her they both volunteered to do. Having sex while drunk because it's okay. I thought the person next to me was my lover. It's so harmful that Nguyen's shell is torn. Ears blame themselves. Oh my god. Wine. Oh wine. I didn't expect that I would do something embarrassing that day. Just because he was drunk at Vanjia Riley sitting. Languishing on the bed was being served by a servant. Replace all gas covers with new virtual images. Really? Last night it's still there. Riley's mind, she still remembers feeling. My first feeling right now. The bottom moves up and feels a bit sore. Hurt Ronaldo's hurtful words. What she said is still stuck in her heart. Don't know what to do with myself. Suddenly sleeping with a man again. Also the son of the landlord, even though she and I'm on your side. But if you, besides knowing, he didn't say she was one. The tall guy deliberately approached Ronald. Why does he look so handsome and young? If a person is that rich, that's for sure. Will think she is a conspirator and then think more and more. Riley's head got heavier and she lay down on the bed. Crying in my soul, oh my god. God, wine is so wonderful that I don't know how to drink it. Let's go drink so now we can do something. This loss of face. Here that morning Riley didn't go to school. Stay at home and rest until afternoon before going to work. Just arrived. The coffee shop saw the manager appear. The current manager is about 27 years old. Super cute and good-natured person. But today Riley saw my face. It's a bit unsightly where Grace is standing with. The manager saw Riley come in and set up. He immediately ran to the door and whispered to come in. This girl's ears, yesterday I did something wrong. What is it? Riley Hoang Mang replied. I did. It's nothing. What's the matter, manager? When he saw Riley, he called into his office. How you sighed and said you knew me. Hardworking and enthusiastic, but you. I don't know what enmity I have caused with anyone. on OCB's office yesterday, so the building management department told me today. I have to let you quit. If not, they will. I will cut your lease contract. Riley was shocked and exclaimed. Why does it fit? That's right. What did I do wrong yesterday? Riley, remember what happened yesterday. Now I suddenly remember the man standing, defending Edward as a young man. This morning Riley was so scared that she was speechless. How could she forget it was him? I am the person Edward Saeed was my fiancé. Seeing Riley's face turn pale. I think something big has happened. How worried are you? There's something big that hasn't been reported. What should I do with you now? You cannot cancel the contract. Calm down. You're so confused right now. Because it is necessary to deal with each issue one by one. Riley, take a deep breath and say yes. It's all up to me to quit my job. I'm sorry for bothering you. Say. After that, she stood up and bowed to the manager. Then he left and the manager even called her name. I didn't pay attention anymore and just entered the changing room. The employee was just thinking about Ronald. Riley knows the two ladies at home extremely well. Noble and rich, but she did not expect to fall. Their position is the famous OCB group. Illustrious had another son. Also Edward's girlfriend. An aunt. No. Damn it. Now she's sleeping with her boyfriend. By Edward, something that just needs to be revealed. Then surely Edward will tear her apart. Hundreds of pieces of her life have just come to fruition. Been a little bit now because of this. But once again drowned in a deep hole. But Riley realized it seemed funny. The ladies at home don't know about Bao. I pray that I have someone to love so I can work actively. Edward Shin suits you so well with Ronald. Beautiful, classy, and even Ronald. Love as long as she appears. It's strange that the two ladies don't like her. The more Riley thought about it, the more uncomfortable she felt. Success and deadlock, she really doesn't have any. Door with Edward. Ronald sighed. England. I also quit work in the morning because I was tired and had a headache. Only arrived at work in the afternoon. But when entering the elevator, you cannot press the up number. Your staff on the 9th floor has been dismissed. When he refused, he called the Human Resources Department. The matter must be reported first. Boss. Order is to block the employee card. It's yours. The president told us. We said. Tell your boss that if you have any questions, please contact him. It's okay to talk directly to you. Ronald. To stop him from standing in the secret hall is nothing. I don't know what to say. Finally, I have to call immediately. Why did you block my employee card? Is getting married more important? I will return to Italy soon for you. We need a family meeting right then. Slow fiber nose. Riley also received one. Mrs. Han Min's call. I'm leaving. Can I work more? No. I just quit. I did it. What's wrong? Good lady. Go home quickly. Go. We need a family meeting. I don't know what's going on. But Riley feels that Ms. Han Min's voice is very good. It was serious, so I was a little worried, so she replied yes. Then the car arrived at that exact moment. Nguyen drove by and saw her sitting on the bus, thinking she was waiting for the bus to leave. But I feel like it's not relevant. So he drove away and left the two ladies, determined to have closure with Riley, and Ronald should have taken the two of them back to live. The strain at Van Gia. Bao Nguyen had no choice. Agree with grandma so she can keep going. Work at the company early the next morning. Riley is rushing out of the house to go to school. Then I saw Mrs. Nguyen standing there waiting for me. Next door is a new car. My super quality. She's not surprised yet. When asked, Mrs. Nguyen said that my grandmother arrested me. I have to take her to school quickly and get in the car. When he left, he seemed quite indifferent and uncomfortable. He went around to the driver's seat without even bothering to open it. Car door for Ripley. No, this is love. It was Ms. Han Min's request. So it was not intended. What did you see on the way to Mrs. Nguyen's school? While driving, he told me to let him go to work. Then you should cooperate a little with Grandma Bao. Do whatever you want if you dare to do it. Something affecting my work. Then you know my hand. Riley number. If she wanted to argue. She replied. It's not much fun. I know. You don't need to tell me. It won't be like that forever. Nguyen looks at me. in the rearview mirror and say why. Ma'am. And her mother likes her so much. Losing property. She is very unpleasant but impressed by Ronald. About Riley is a coffee steamer. Getting drunk on a guest staying overnight with a guy. It's strange but not at all confused. As for arguing, it's clear that she's also stubborn. Belgium is formidable, not gentle at all. Riley laughed and sang, folding her arms and looking at Bao. Nguyen was full of cynicism. Knowing why not. Why do you go with the Buddha wearing a robe? When the ghost wears a paper shirt. The car stops for her. Full of anger on this face. She said who was a ghost. Ha, Riley, put on your backpack and say who. He knew it himself. But then she quickly walked away. Getting out of the car made Ronald extremely angry. I've never had a girl dare to watch it. Usually he's like her. She really doesn't know. Look at the person Riley hasn't passed yet. The school gate was met by Jeffrey. He blocked it. She pretended to be worried. Riley said, I'm not answering your phone. What's going on? What happened to me? Jeffrey didn't touched. Riley's friend seemed friendly. The estrangement retreated and avoided her, showing her off in the mirror. With a disgusted face. I don't want to talk. Let's talk to you again. Let's break up. Riley was about to leave when Jeffrey grabbed her hand. Hold on. What did you just say? Did you break up? Why did you break up? Riley? Wash your hands. I hate him. Look at him and say I see. We're not compatible, so let's break up. Don't bother me anymore. Remember Hai's hurtful words? Ben told his friends that he was heartbroken. No, she thought carefully and he didn't. Which is worthy of her love. Isn't it? It's not your fault. But you don't want boy. Strong him. She feels that way herself. I'm too low. Jeffrey number. Willing him too much. Riley, I dare. Rock starlight. Riley patiently stood still. He walked around and stood in front of me. The boy's expression was filled with disbelief. Okay, I just got dumped. He laughed. Say you're kicking me. I know it's you. Did you just do something like that? Are all within Ronald on sight? I was about to drive when I saw my phone. By Riley left it in the car. He got out. Got out of the car and was about to give it to Riley. Then I saw it. She is being grabbed by a handsome male student. Hands holding feet in front of the gate. Ronald smiled. He secretly whispered that he already had a boyfriend. Don't tell grandma, so she can do it on purpose. Emotional attribution. This girl is clearly. It's not that simple. You're about to turn away. Heard Hai's loud words. Been with Riley. She looked back at her, pointing. Is a lowly, ordinary girl. Even though someone like me noticed it. He still did it. How can you see that I'm patient with you? And do you think you have a real price? Do. Please tell me how much money you have left. Be obedient and be my girlfriend. The crowd saw the grass arguing and began to surround them. Riley was so angry that her face was red and she was miserable. As embarrassed as she was. She didn't expect that she would fall in love. Unilaterally, this evil one in 3 year. Riley almost cried if she didn't. There is a super wide back blocking it right away. In front of the man holding Hai Bin's neck. His cold eyes pierced Dong too. His voice was surprised and scared. This familiar, warm sound resonates. How do you learn to talk? Jeffrey, stammering, asked who he was. Ronald didn't bother to answer. He turned to look at Riley. Being very, looking at him in shock. He asked her boyfriend. Riley shook her head in response. No, I broke up with him. Bao. Nguyen nodded and gave her the phone. Then said very softly okay, then went to class. Go Riley, I don't understand why you obeyed. Tattooing Ronald's aura. She nodded. The head immediately goes straight to the heart field. The child was still beating wildly because of the appearance. She secretly filmed that man's surprise. Head looked back and then looked away again. Straight look at that serious look of. Ronald is really scary. George saw Riley leave before pushing Hai. When he came out, he wiped his hands and said he didn't dare to hide. If you stay around her, you'll surely die. Done, ma'am. Riley. I was about to walk away. Timothy, say loudly who you are. Dare to look into my business. Ronald smirked and turned to look at him. I am full of contempt that no one cares. The important thing is that I have more money. You only have people who are parasitic on your parents. Just use money to flirt with girls. Those who have it. If you really have money, you won't need to use money to force others to love you. Having finished speaking, he left proudly. All the girls looked at him without hesitation, admiring the coolness and richness that exudes from the atmosphere to the nice car parked right there on the sidewalk. Jeffrey C. said. Originally, he was trembling so much that he knew it. Closeness is not as good as Ronald's cry. And then, dear listeners,